Well, hey there, everybody. I'm Jack. This is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you all had a lovely weekend out there. It's nice Sunday today, warm. Been out in the yard, got a little bit of sun. Watermelon juice this morning, green smoothie. Popped down to the park for a couple of minutes this morning, and I'll be back there this afternoon. But I want to start the week off with the Raw Food Diet Summer Challenge for everyone. Yeah, that's right, everyone. Guys, I do videos every day, so if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I'd appreciate if you go down and hit that subscribe button now. Then be sure you click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. And go down below and check out my store, rawtropicallivinggear.com. It's in the description below for some vegan design, some yoga stuff coming soon, amongst others. But so a raw food diet summer challenge for everybody, and that's what I literally mean when I say it's a challenge. It's one of these kind of fun challenges. This isn't going to be like, okay, you do this every day for this or that. All I simply want people to do is wherever you are, and there may be people out there that don't even remotely eat this lifestyle or whatever, but it's summertime, and it's summertime in most places. Somebody, don't stop pointing out if you live in a bleak place. Geez, stop telling everybody about how bleak the place is you live. Either move, learn to deal with it, or what. But for most people, it's summer, it's going to be hot, and it just makes sense. It makes sense no matter where you are. And I don't, like I say, I don't care where you are on your journey. Just the challenge is simply up your game this summer. Up your game. Let's say you came across this video and you don't eat a plant-based diet, or maybe you eat a plant-based diet but you don't eat a lot of fruit, or you do this or you do that. Wherever you're at, just eat more fruit and eat more raw food. Get more fresh food into you. Like I talk about ad nauseum with the watermelon juice. That's how I hydrate every day. I recommend that to everybody. I'm telling that to people all over the place. It doesn't, not just people on my show or people that are vegan or plant-based or interested in health. This is summertime. People need to stay hydrated, and most people do not understand hydration. So watermelon juice, that's a great place to start. If you're not eating watermelon, up your watermelon consumption. Eat more watermelon. And you know, it's not even that radical, even for somebody not doing this lifestyle. Maybe have one raw meal a day. If you've never eaten raw food before, eat one raw meal a day. It's not like, sometimes you say something about raw and you think like people act like if they don't eat their same food every single meal, well, something might happen to them. You know, try it. You might like it. I'll tell you something, even as a drunk, I've always enjoyed fruit. Many times in Costa Rica when I wasn't too hungover and just wanted grease to soak it up. But no, many times I would order a fruit bowl for breakfast. There was a couple of places I can remember in Playa Jaco that I just enjoyed fruit. So I knew nothing about a raw food diet. I wasn't trying to be vegan. I wasn't even healthy. I was a drunk that was stumbling around most of the time, but I still enjoyed, from time to time, I had raw meals down there because it was hot and because there was a lot of fruit there. So, you know, if you've never done it, have some watermelon juice to hydrate to start your day. Have a fruit, have a raw meal, have raw fruit for breakfast. No matter what you eat, I don't care what kind of garbage you eat after that, it's at least a good way to break into the day, to break your fast, to start the day. It just feels, you know, if you've never done it, and some people are just stubborn. Like, I'm sorry, I was talking to a friend earlier, and I was just like, you know, I'm not judging, but I just can't even imagine eating some of this heavy stuff for breakfast. Even my other vegans, and I'm not judging you. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm not judging you. It's just me. I got no desire to eat, and I might eat it later in the day. I got no desire for oatmeal in the morning. I got no desire for pancakes, vegan pancakes or otherwise. Now, I'm not saying there wouldn't be a rare occasion, and in fact there is. I go down to, you know, when I go to Pensacola, there's a little surf shop down there that's got a vegan scramble. I may eat that once every couple of months, or sometimes once every 3 months, but otherwise I just don't get it. I don't want cooked, I don't want heavy. I mean fruit. And a lot of that seed was planted in my head way back, like somewhere around 30 years ago, and I think that just kind of, that one little seed grew a little bit. It wasn't a great plant, but it grew a little bit when I read Fit for Life by Marilyn and Harvey Diamond. And that was one of the big tenets I remember. I don't remember a ton of stuff about that book, but back then it was always starting the day with fruit or with something light and raw like that. So, you know, if you're not eating any, have a fruit meal a day. If you're already eating raw, partly raw. If you're 50% raw, go to 60% raw. Go to 70% raw if you can. All it's about is just challenging yourself, getting more raw food in this summer. However you got to do it, however you want to do it, get more raw food in. You know, snacks in the afternoon. This is a great time to like have good, refreshing cold snacks, because if you're anything like here, our hottest time of the day doesn't even happen till around 3 or 4. So, you know, that's real good. You can keep stuff in the refrigerator, and this is good for everybody. I always say for the kids, but I mean, why is a popsicle necessarily confined to a kid? Get you some of these little BPA-free popsicle molds. You know, pour watermelon juice in there. Put it in your freezer. Make smoothies. You can make a banana mango smoothie. Pour it in there. Freeze it up. Everybody likes things when it's cold. I've shared this tip before. Cut up big bowls of fruit. Don't necessarily, and especially if you are sharing or if you have more people in the house that are eating out of this, cut up big bowls of fruit. I used to do that in Costa Rica, and it was so refreshing, you know, to be cold, nice and chill like that. I'd cut up a huge bowl of fruit, you know, like papaya, pineapple, mango, different things like that. But use whatever you've got for the summer. There's going to be peaches around. There's going to be, you know, blueberries around. And nice cream. As soon as my mind went immediately from blueberries to nice cream. There you go, right there. Summertime, if you don't have any sort of a contraption to make nice cream with, go out this afternoon. Go to Walmart, go to Target, go to whatever your store is, go online and buy yourself a $35 Black & Decker food processor. I've got the Vitamix. I can make good nice cream in the Vitamix, but when I really started playing with my food processor, I found like I can get just exactly the consistency I want in there. So do it. This is summertime, and don't put all the garbage in there. Everybody always wants to, well, why don't you put some of this and that in there? I'm like, why? Why would I add to, listen, I freeze bananas. My nice cream is bananas. God bless, you know, a date's not going to hurt you, but I don't have any reason. A banana's sweet enough. It's almost like, I used to go to some of these places in Costa Rica, and they would actually put sugar in with the fruit. And I'm like, why would you even need that? So maybe if you need that, you know, maybe your taste buds aren't where they need to be. But anyhow, just try to get more raw foods in your summer. And it's going to have kind of a double effect too. As you're eating this, you're going to feel lighter. I mean, listen, going back to Jaco, Costa Rica again. That's the beach town I lived in down there. Was telling somebody just yesterday, and they're in a hot climate, and I was kind of a little bit confused, like, well, why would you ever eat a bite of cooked food? Because the heat was so intense down there for me that I just never wanted cooked food down there. So once again, that was another reason. And I noticed that, and I never really, you know, put the two together before I did, long before I did this lifestyle. I just realized that during the day so many times, I'm like, yeah, you know, I probably haven't cooked anything in 3 days. And I wasn't living the lifestyle then, but it was just because it was too hot. It heated up your house, it heated up your body. So the point being is eating this raw, fresh, living food, it's going to keep your body hydrated, and it's not going to weigh you down. You're going to have energy to go throughout the day. The worst thing you want to do, let me tell you something, the absolute mother freaking worst thing you can do in the summer, especially if you're in a hot area, and if you eat cooked food, if you don't eat vegan, whatever, I'll still give you one little tip here. Do not eat that big heavy meal during the day. That is one of the, like for people that work, that is one of the dumbest things that I've ever seen people do. And I used to do it, you know, or if I had something to do in the afternoon. Why do people always have that slump? Why do most people have that slump after the midday? Because they've eaten that heavy meal during the middle of the day. Well, you magnify that during the summer. You eat a big heavy lunch. Well, okay, the little shishi executive types that are going to sit in their air-conditioned offices all day, all right. But if you actually do some work, or if you get out and you move around, you know, you're spent. I mean, I can even tell that. I eat, you know, eating cooked food, and sometimes I'll eat something special down in Pensacola, I can feel my energy level just poof, just bottom out. So don't eat that. If you're going, whatever you're going to eat, bad habits, whatever, save them to the evening at least. But just where you are now, start from there and just progress. Do a little bit better this summer. Don't put any pressure on yourself. This wasn't going to be one of those challenges where you do this and every day you've got something to feel guilty about. All you need to do every day is just do something. Just do something a little bit better than you normally do it. Get a little bit more, get a smoothie in. Maybe you've never had a smoothie. Learn how to make a smoothie. That might be enough. So let me see if I'm missing anything in my notes. Oh, you know what? I had this just, I doodle all the time and I was making it like that. And somebody, every once in a while, I'll do these raw food diet things and somebody will come in and all they want to do, well, the raw food diet's stupid. It's this or that. And I'm like, and I've also thought about this with doctors before. If like one day a doctor challenges my diet and he's like, well, you can't, you're not getting enough of this, this, and that. And you might be right. I would answer that. And I answer this to people all the time and they kind of scratch their head. I'm like, all right, fair enough. You're saying I don't get everything I need to be getting on this lifestyle, but you're making a big deal out of telling me I don't get everything I need on this lifestyle. Yet doctors, they can't mention, they have to be kind of politically correct too. They can't tell people, especially in certain parts of the country. You don't hear, I guess what I'm getting at there is you don't hear people, you don't hear doctors, you don't hear just the average Joe saying one word, not one word to that person that goes and eats at fast food every day. When I first came to this lifestyle, I was living in an office. I was living in San Jose, Costa Rica, and I worked in an office where it was a sports book. I was writing for sports, and every single day, these guys ate at KFC, McDonald's, Taco Bell, and that kind of stuff. And I know people that do that all the time. And even if they're not eating fast food, they eat garbage all the time. People see them eating garbage, but nobody worries about the garbage eaters. Nobody even worries about that. Nobody ever says, hey, do you think you're getting enough of this? Do you think you're getting enough of that? No. But us, we decide to eat a damn fruit or a vegetable, and it's like, oh, well, you can't be healthy like that. But anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this one today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you again tomorrow, and I hope you all have a blessed week. Peace.